Hey everyone, Blow Up the Art here. Today I have an incredibly awesome first unboxing of the new for 2025 Sam's Club Ghost Trio. Now this should be the first unboxing posted on YouTube as of uploading this video besides the factory demo. And before we get into the full unboxing setup and review of these guys, I thought I'd go into a little bit more detail on how I managed to be the first person to acquire this. As I am sure many of you are curious how a Canadian haunter managed to be the first person to acquire a Sam's Club item. It's a bit of a long story, but essentially I was looking on Facebook Marketplace the other day ago, as I am currently visiting near the Vancouver area, when I stumbled upon a post that had these guys listed for $300, alongside multiple other unseen animatronics that I posted in a shorts video. I decided to look further into this and discovered that it was being sold at a retail decor store in Vancouver called Season to Season. Now this is a phenomenal store. I went there in person and they have a variety of amazing decor items from home decor, Halloween, Christmas, all you could imagine. Unfortunately, the other animatronics listed were not currently on display, but they will be within the next few weeks. As many of you could guess, I couldn't let down the opportunity of owning a Sam's Club item, especially for the, well, not steal of a price, but still not terrible $300 I paid. These guys are still amazing, and I would totally recommend if you live in the Vancouver area to go check out Season to Season. They have, like I said, a very wide variety of decor items, along with a special event they are holding this weekend. Now, I'm not totally sure on the specific details of the event they're holding this weekend, as unfortunately I'm unable to attend. But if you are curious to learn about what they are hosting, I recommend checking them out on their website at shopseason2season.com. They will also be handing out free gifts to people who RSVP early. They were kind enough to give me a gift despite the fact I will not be attending the event. They gave me this amazing looking snow globe. So like I said, I was able to acquire these guys from a local decor store. I am still not totally sure on how they managed to acquire Sam's Club items early, but unfortunately this is the only Sam's Club item they have for sale aside from their Christmas decor. And even more unfortunately, I was unable to receive the original packaging of this item, so there won't actually be an unboxing portion of this video. So, without further ado, let's get into the setup and demos of this amazing animatronic.
We're here to be your ghostly guards! You've got nothing to fear. Join us for a haunting adventure. We're the spectacular trio! We promise we're just here for some fun. Who's ready for some hauntingly good laughs? We float together, we laugh together. Let's make some unbelievable memories. Let's have a spectacular time.
So, let's get into the basic overview for these animatronics. So starting off, my overall opinion here is that these things are amazing. Whether you're buying them for the $300 price at Season to Season, or you're buying them for the what I believe to be $120 price from Sam's Club. Now, just to go over some basic things before we specifically get into the pros and cons. First off, I think these guys are possessed. No joke. These do supposedly, according to the instructions, come with a motion sensor. I, for the life of me, cannot find that motion sensor. I know it works. I tested it. It is not a sound sensor. It is not a light sensor. It is at least an IR or motion sensor, and I cannot find it. So props to whoever made this, which might be Pack, I'm not totally sure. But it is in the main Ghost, I know that. I don't know where it is. So congrats, they hit it very well. But let's get into more specifically some of my pros. So starting off, the materials used on these guys are absolutely amazing, and it was very well designed. The materials of the hat are very nice, very thick, and a bit glittery. None of it sheds. It's kind of a tinsel material. The material on the eyes is actually pretty thick and unfortunately hot glued on, but still it stays and it will do its job. It also is hot glued onto the hands, which is nice that it keeps it there instead of the fabric shifting constantly. So I do like the fact they did that. The hands are stuffed and there is foam underneath as well. But most of the materials here that make up the body actually have a very nice glitter accent on the outside and a more pure polyester to keep it more waterproof. Now, besides the materials themselves, the actual supports that make up these guys are great. The bases are nice, the same quality you see at SVI. They're obviously not Sunstar bases, they're not plastic, and they are very nice. From what I can only assume, very nice welds. Unfortunately, I can't access what's underneath the shoes without unscrewing them, and I don't really want to. The shoes themselves are also great quality. And the mechanism, whilst it is fully plastic and somewhat similar to the ones that Sunstar uses, they are still pretty good, along with the speaker. Unfortunately, the speaker does not have volume control. In fact, these guys, that's another con. So let's get into the cons here. These guys do not have controls at all. There is 3 modes. There is on, switch, and try me. Now, on and switch, I cannot tell the difference. I'm not totally sure what they do. I looked through the instructions. I cannot see it. Try me, however, which is on right now, only works with the try me button, which it does come with, very nice. It is specifically stated to be indoor use only, so be cautious of that. It is probably not the best of quality from what I could assume. But yes, so they are in try me mode right now, and this is kind of their lights only when not activated. It is nice that they have an ambient mode. That's another pro, but that's not what we're talking about. Control-wise, they have the 3 settings, that's it. No volume control, no audio jacks, as you would imagine, nothing like that. No external trigger ports either. This is the only external trigger you can use on them, and that kind of sucks, but like I said, the motion sensor works wonderfully on this thing, wherever it is. My other con with them, and this is probably what a lot of people notice when looking at the demos, is that the leg pulls are pretty easy to see in certain parts of the animation, and you probably saw that in the demo too. I have an easy customization fix for this that I'd recommend most people, which would just be get pool noodles. You can paint them whatever color you want. I'm probably going to get like purple, green, and I don't know, maybe a different color just for the legs here, and it'll make it look like they're wearing pants when you put them over the pool noodles. Now, I'm not sure how well I work with how the snap blocks are designed, but they don't need to be super long. As you can see, it's only like the 3, 4, 5-ish inches of the legs that are actually exposed, and once you cover those up, then I think it'll be fine. That is like a, I don't know, like $6, $7 custom at most, really. So not very hard to fix. The faces, though the material isn't bad and they are hot glued, unfortunately are not connected to the nice blow molded head, which I do find a little annoying because they do shift around quite a lot, but that's yet again another thing that'd be very easy to fix with hot glue. But besides that, I don't have a whole lot of other cons besides the mechs. I think the mechs will hold up. They are still pretty good quality, but plastic. And overall, the outdoor rating seems incredibly trustable on these things. I would trust these things to last outside for quite a while. Now, be cautious of wind because while they do have pretty good supports, the mechs themselves are a bit wobbly and fabric. I do think that they're pretty weatherproof, especially with having the extra hat and all that too, just to keep water away from the mech. And the mech definitely does not look waterproof, but yet again, these things have giant trash bags over them essentially. So I would trust them pretty well to last outside. And then my final con, which is kind of just the design thing, I wish that they had lights in the arms or just a little bit more, because these are awesome lights, and I'm so glad that they have this ambient feature. The pulsing looks really good, way better in person than it does on camera. It looks very, very ghostly, and it achieves the look very well. I just wish maybe it was trailing up the arms, because it kind of gives that giant death ray vibes, but it would have been cool to see more of it used. But yet again, for the retail price of this, This thing is absolutely amazing. So thank you all for watching this first unboxing of the Ghost Trio from Sam's Club 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and stay tuned because I have plenty of more videos coming in the next few weeks related to my wonderful 100 Days to Halloween series I am doing alongside Awesome Alex. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye.